Welcome to another exciting video from No Production Value Garage. If you've been watching my build series on the all-wheel drive Mustang, you know that I'm kind of a geek and I like getting into the details of things. And of course I've been CNCing my own parts, even making my own CV axles and designing parts in CAD. And one thing I've wanted for a couple of years now is a 3D scanner. If you've been following my build as part of my all-wheel drive project, you know that I do have a few parts scanned that I put in CAD. Well, to be honest, I did that at work at my day gig as a mechanical engineer, but I really can't abuse that. So I've been wanting to get a 3D scanner for the home shop, and I'm happy to say that Revopoint reached out to me and offered to give me their latest scanner for a review. And of course, I jumped at the chance. I've been literally wanting one of these things for years. It's kind of interesting because it's really two scanners in one. It's a structured light scanner, which has been the more common scanning for home use, and it's also a laser scanner. And so with laser scanning, you can use it on some more detailed parts, but you have to have markers on the part versus the structured light. You don't, but you have the whole spray thing. So I'll get into that in a little bit. But anyways, I've been using it now for a couple of days, and this review is going to be, I think, a little different. I'm not just going to do an unboxing and here's all the specs. I wanted to see if it actually would work for me, and therefore will it work for you if you're doing similar things and actually trying to engineer things in the garage, right? I want to basically be able to scan parts, convert them to CAD, and use that to design parts around. So that's the goal of this video, is can I actually scan a few actual practical parts that I need for my project and get them into the computer in a timely fashion. So there's a lot to cover, and let's get right into it. Like I mentioned, I'm not going to do the typical unboxing video, even though it did come in a pretty beautiful box. It does come with some pretty nice accessories, including the auto turntable, which I did utilize to scan an engine mount. But what I'm going to do instead is jump right into using the scanner and show you how I tried to use it as a complete novice to scan some parts that I actually need for my project. These are the two spindles I want to try and compare. I'm trying to scan this one using the laser mode, using the individual. I have to put the markers on the part for tracking purposes when using the laser mode. For this one, I'm going to try to spray it with some 3D scanning spray and use the regular structured light scanning where you don't need to put the dots on. But I want to see how that works and compare the two. So this is a Mustang MetroY spindle, and this is a spindle I'm looking at for a different project, and I want to be able to compare the geometry. So that would be a good excuse to try two different scanning techniques and then import them and see how it looks. Once again, for the laser scanning mode, you have to put on these reflective tracking dots or markers to allow the scanner to keep track of where it is relative to the part in space. The rule of thumb is you have to have at least 5 in the field of view of the scanner at all times for it to be able to triangulate, or whatever the proper terminology is, and keep track of where the part is. This can turn into a lot of dots, to be quite frank, but part of that is just practice, and I think there's other techniques like putting dots in the background or having towers next to the part that will help, but I just went ahead and put what I thought was a comical amount of dots on the part to make sure it would scan. Once again, I'm a total newbie at this and didn't really know what I was doing, and still had pretty good success at the end, as you will see in a minute. My goal was to try to scan the part from every angle and get a complete model of the part, not just the front, the back, or the bottom. Once again, I'm a complete newbie at this, and this was part of the exercise, is can you do that? And so, as you can see, at first I kind of scanned it from one angle, and here I flipped it over and am scanning the other side. And with the idea, I knew the software had the capability of merging these multiple files together to create one model. Finally, I kind of flipped the spindle over and put it in a vise to be able to scan the last kind of angle I couldn't get to, with it sitting on the table either on the top or the bottom. and proceeded to scan what I think was missing with the idea of using the software to merge it together. Overall, using the laser mode to scan the part went really well. You can see a few times on the screen where it flashes where you need more dots. A lot of that is just practice and user error. I was getting too close to the part where I couldn't see enough dots if I just pulled out a little bit. You can also see on the screen how there's like a little bar graph on the right. And that basically tells you if you're too close or too far away. That is extremely valuable, and it was updates real time and kind of gives you a hint as to if you're doing it right. But in general, even if it lost tracking, once it recovered, it locked right back on and didn't make false features or have parts floating in space. You can see here I even turned the part while I'm scanning, and it did it without missing a beat. Next up, it was time to try out the structured light scanning. This technique basically uses the geometry of the part itself for tracking, but it's a little more touchy to surface finish, like it doesn't like shiny or black things. And so what you do is you spray it with this scanning spray, which basically turns white to kind of a white powder. And then eventually the material, I think it just sublimes away, and after like 3 or 4 hours it's gone. You would never even know you sprayed the part. But it gives you a flat white texture that the scanner likes while you're actually scanning. Similar to the other spindle, I attempted to scan the part in several orientations to try to get a complete model from every angle. The structured light, once again, uses the features of the part itself for tracking. And so while it actually worked quite well, it is a little bit more touchy. You have to be a little more careful without having the little tracking dots. You have to be a little more careful and once again use that little bar on the side of the screen to help you keep the right distance so that it can track and not lose position while you're trying to scan the part. But in general, even if it lost tracking, it would recover once you got it back into a good position. As you can see right there, how it just snapped back into position. And here you can see a few of the other angles I used to try to get a complete model. I was a little less crafty on this one. I just used a simple tape measure to hold it up. And you can basically cut that out of the scan later when you're trying to merge the 3 separate scans together to create a complete model. So here are the, I think, pretty amazing results of my first attempt at a laser scan here. So as you can see, I recorded 3 scans, so here's the first one, and that kind of covered the back side. It was laying flat on the table. I got the top and the back, right? And then I got scan 2 is basically the more of the top here, and then scan 3 where I had it in the vise. You can see how I chopped it off here. I got the bottom and most of the back. And these are all the meshed versions here. So if you look at the raw, here's the raw point cloud. And you can see I cut this stuff away in the fused version to get rid of it. But here's the amazing part. Here is the final merged version, where all 3 of those scans were put together by the software. I did the complete automatic alignment. And as you can see, it made a complete, pretty high quality, just a few holes, mostly due to my inexperience in scanning. So here's how that whole merge process works. You basically obviously click on the merge, and you click the models you want to merge together. As you can see, they're just in an arbitrary position here. And then you basically can do a feature alignment or a manual alignment. And I just went feature, hit preview alignment, and the computer all by itself takes a few seconds here. It puts them together to create the model. Now this is still looking a little rough, but you'll see in a second how it comes together. So then you hit generate model. So I got created, and now I just created merge 3. And as you can see, it's got a few artifacts. So you got to click on it and you go mesh. So here's the result. Now you can see I did this quite fast and I didn't cut away some of the stuff in space. But basically the software gives you tools to be able to select some of this artifacts and noise and make it look a little better. So if you spend a little more time on it, you end up, it'll look like this, which is what I showed you earlier. And the software gives you all the tools to do that. It really just took an extra couple of minutes. But once again, I couldn't be more delighted with how this part turned out. I won't show you all the steps, but as you can see, the structured light scanning also turned out pretty well. I started out with actually, I think it was 5 scans. Here's scan 1, scan 2, and then it skips to scan 4. I think I deleted one, and kind of just tried to get from every angle to get all the features. There's 4 or 5 and there's 6, and then basically here's the part merged together. And as you can see, this is very, very useful model I can import into CAD. You can even see that it's, Ford part numbers and that it's the left spindle. So this is extremely useful. It's even pretty good down in the bores, which is where the laser probably would be better. But if you just need a rough model, not even rough model, if you just need a good model, it actually worked quite well. I didn't need to do the dots. It just used that spray. So anyways, once again, very happy with the results, and the software was very, very easy to use. I also used the turntable and the laser scanning mode to scan this motor mount, which you can see is kind of a black, shiny, dark part, to see what would happen. And as you can see, it turned out really quite well. This took 2 scans too, actually a top and a bottom that was then merged together to once again make a great complete model. The scanner has a lot more features that I haven't even begun to use, including the ability to do wireless scanning and use your phone to mirror the PC, so you have a little more freedom when you're scanning the part. But I'm just a newbie, and so I decided to keep it simple and just use the PC with the cable to minimize any errors, if that makes sense. Well, I hope you found that interesting and don't just think it was some boring internet review of a product. It actually, absolutely, the scanner is going to become a valuable tool in my arsenal as I redesign some parts on the Mustang, and I have some other projects that I have in the works, we'll say, and it worked great. The only couple of things I will comment on is that, which is not unique probably to this scanner, but I underestimated at first how many of those dots you're going to need. When you're doing the laser scan mode, you do need a lot of those markers. And what I tend to do is order one of these kits that include all the little triangles and the little bars you can put next to the part, so you don't need to put quite as many markers on the part itself. But once, as long as you could see 5 of those dots, the scanner never missed a beat. So it's just a little bit of practice. And second, is Revopoint did point this out to me before sending it, that you have to have a computer that meets their minimum requirements. And to be honest, my laptop didn't, and it really didn't work. And so the one you see in the video is I had to borrow that laptop, and that met the minimum requirements, and it worked great. And I'm so delighted with the scanner now that I'm in the market. I'm researching. I'm going to go buy a new laptop basically just for the scanner. And because it works so great. So I really want to give a big shout out, a big thanks to Revopoint for allowing me to test the scanner. It worked great, and I couldn't be more delighted. So I'm going to be using that in future videos to make parts, and so if you want to see that, of course, hit that big thumbs up and subscribe and hit the bell notification so you see when my videos come out. And so until then, I appreciate you watching.